What's up, everybody? This is my 14,000th video. Finally. I've been waiting to do this since the beginning. Also, it's been a while since I wear this Chinese hat. And it already has a hole in it, as you can see. Still has that classic red mark on it. Plus, I'm out of different hats and different makeup to wear, so no clown makeup on my face. Speaking of clowns, I've been waiting to review this movie for a long time. Today we're going to review Killer Klowns from Outer Space. I've been waiting to review this movie for years. Everybody's already been talking about this movie to death already, including Degar Shadow. I wish you would see my channel of pure awesomeness of gameplay. And most likely horror movies I did review most of the time. Not to mention gameplays of Silent Hill and most likely Resident Evil games. But let's get this over with. This is the title, Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Hell yeah! And to make sure I don't get copyrighted playing that song, unlike most people on YouTube nowadays would have that kind of problem. Anyhow, the movie begins with this a nerd guy carrying soda, and I accidentally pressed the square button. This cop is played by, what's his name again? Where you have short-term memory loss, like Dorothy, special finding John Engelman plays a stubborn asshole cop in this movie, and like every movie cliche that I've seen before, or they don't believe them until they're on the film. There's Debbie and this guy, and these are the guys out by the ice cream truck with a clown on it. These are the Ruby brothers. And yes, they're stupid. But we're not going to focus on them. We're focusing on our main characters, Debbie and her boyfriend, Frank, or Hank, whatever his name is. While they're making out, they see a comet coming down. They see the farmer is also there, seeing he reads comment that they're going to be rich. Takes the dog with him. And they discover it. But the old man and farmer and spots a circus tent, but he doesn't even realize it's obviously what came out of the sky. Without warning, the dog gets captured by one of those clowns. The old man tries to destroy it with his bare hands. However, he gets rectified by the wires. And we get our first encounter with a creepy looking clown. And I gotta admit, the first appearance, seeing this clown would give children nightmares seeing that. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's freaking terrifying. It's like a cartoon would come to life looking like that. That's freaking disturbing. But yet, I love it. And we get our first kill. And not to mention swearing. Anyways, I'll just cut to the chase, so we don't want to make this review super long, because I'll be very busy tonight. Anyways, Debbie and them find in what they think is a oversized circus tent that's part of the a show. What they don't know is an actual spaceship, and that we see everything inside that looks like Pee-wee's Playhouse, Tim Burton style. Just the orb. And you see a bunch of cotton candy, which turns out to be people inside it, wrapping them in like cocoons, like spider webs. And they have like these strange devices. You even have like a gun machine that shoots out popcorn? Yeah, that's pretty weird. But not as weird as this. Yep, they even make balloon animals come to life too. Our heroes make their escape after doing a strange, scary close-up of the Killer Klowns' freaky face. Ugh. But just like the Terminator, or he's not hurt, he's almost unstoppable. Like every movie we've seen so far, they don't believe them until it's too late. They do go to the cops, and we see this giant creepy clown on the red hair, where you saw in the opening title, like one of the animatronics. And that sounds like one of those Jawas from Star Wars, don't you think? Anyhow, so Officer Murthy says the title of the movie. Oh, he said it. He said it. He said it. So they don't believe them at first. They also kind of like to random scenes of the clowns doing whatever they're doing. There's this random guy here that's just watching him doing puppets, and that he's being entertained. He uses the ray gun. He can disappear, and also rectifies him as well. Up in cocoon. Jesus, that's terrifying laughter I ever heard. But not as freaky as this other clown that ends up in a random store, right in another place, and right in a cocoon. So the officer was going to drop off Debbie and his friends off, while the other clowns are making havoc amongst the town. Bring these other freaky clowns act like Pizza the Referee, and also put her in cocoon cotton candy. And this fat one gives him a gift to him, and do it off screen. He was like Ricky Slimer. Anyhow. Well, they drop her off, even though we don't see her until we're half into the movie that she spends God knows how long she's been in the shower for. And he puts her boyfriend to rest on doing something that he didn't mean to do. Wow, we get to see this creepy small key clown. Going against some biker gangsters. And hurt his feelings and do the most coolest thing ever. Give him a good old boxing match.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
Damn is right. That is just brutal. That's like the best way to kill someone by, like you just said, knock his block out. Another creepy laughter to put on the list. There's also another clown that was gonna surprise a little girl. Oh, and I find the scene very creepy. He tries to lure her in and try to whack her with a hammer, but luckily her mother shows up to interrupt him. Yeah. They also stop to see someone's cars and being, and they're also wrapped in pink cocoon web from their cotton candy. And basically dead at this point, so now he believes him. And the other Killer Klowns, this is the officer. And the other clown just shows up to kill a random car guy. And he's just flying with nothing at all. Flying mid-air. They're killing a random guy. And most gruesomely possible. And the reason why they shoot a bit of popcorn, because of those. Meanwhile, they try to find one of the clowns. And they discover one of them have special talent to make shadow puppets. Shadow puppets of death. Got that right, pal. I'll kill the innocent beans and put them inside the bag. Hey, they tried to make sure they stopped the Killer Klowns from invading their town. They're like almost unbeatable. One of them show up at the officer's office and they commit crime by squirting water on his face and puts him in a slammer. Was a horrible mistake, and basically he kills him with one of his tricky toys. And right toward the bar. And grabs him on the backside and controls him like a puppet, while the others are in prison. All dead now. Yep, that's how they communicate. He tries to shoot at him. There's no use. Just like zombies in video games. Shoot them in the head, but giant killer clowns aim for the nose. Is their weakness. So he tries to warn the town that they're in favor of killer clowns. While the other main antagonists turns out these two idiots for the ice cream truck. But it was already too late. The Killer Klowns have overtaken the town and got everybody in cotton candy cocoons in their giant machine device. Sucked them all in, while Debbie was in the shower all night. And was attacked by these snaky, creepy clowns trying to eat her, which I find that scene pretty creepy. She makes her escape just in time, but she was surrounded by the killer clowns. However, they don't put her in a huge cotton candy cocoon, but inside a burning balloon ball thing. Our heroes follow them, and that she's being dragged away by those nasty, ugly, freaky creatures. And they find a carnival as their perfect place for their lair. Where there's one security guard there, looking at the place, working at the place, while the clowns come out of their colorful vehicle, ready to obviously kill those pies, obviously murder him, and it worked. Excuse me, I got something in my throat. And they're inside the Playhouse Madness, and then save Debbie, while these other two guys meet female clowns with inflatable boobs. Yeah. And anyhow, they got everybody in their giant, well, you know what. So they obviously find the one that's trapped inside the yellow balloon. And we actually see what clowns do to people. They obviously suck up their blood of a saline straw, all like mosquitoes. They tried to make their heroic escape, but it was too late. They went through the crazy fun house, and they go down the pole, but there was a monster at the bottom. I'm trying to almost eat them. I think I mentioned the entire decoration. This movie looks fantastic, and the actors are doing pretty well at it, creating these giant creepy clowns. Anyhow, the officer shoots one of those clowns on the nose and blown them up, and they were trapped, and they were surrounded by lots of army of clowns. But luckily their bros show up, and them getting all kissy all over their faces. We really don't want to know what they did to the female clowns. Yep, there's no better than hearing Sweet Tooth if the clown's orders from his vehicle. The other clowns just leave until they meet the oversized monster, which I checked on Wikipedia. What the supreme leader is called is Clownzilla. Clownzilla, a gigantic clown monster. Or that's huge and humongous. And tosses their ice cream truck to the side, blowing our main two antagonist bros. And he tells them to escape right away, while he stays behind, hanging on the Clownzilla. He tries to aim for his nose, but with no use. He keeps missing, and uses his bat to pop his nose, of destroying all the killer clowns from outer space. Turn to pilots and get inside the vehicle. That he survives the explosion, while those other two. I don't know how that's possible, but they just got in there pretty fast. So the film ends with this. Yep, hopefully that's not acid pie. We never know because the movie just ends there. Well, that was Killer Klowns from Outer Space. My thoughts about it? It's pretty damn good from 1987. This film is one of my most favorite, scary, most likely the best horror film of all time. And I'm glad to put this on my top 14,000 video to talk about this amazing 1980s film that everybody's been talking about since 2013 or 14, 15, 16, whatever timeline people talk about this movie. I'm so glad to talk about this awesome, scary movie. It's not the only time I will review, like most scary films. That's both horror, comedy, action, and most likely great cast of characters and storyline that's plain simple to save the world from total invasion. So I give Killer Klowns from Outer Space a good solid 8 out of 10 of its huge success of great and awesome makeup, designs, special effects, not to mention great chemistry of wonderful backgrounds and stepping up to that 80s rock and roll music. It's very passable to watch an old 80s movie that's meant to be pretty scary and most likely entertainingly perfect. I don't usually talk about clown movies, but this might be the first time I actually talk about ones from the 80s that scared me back then and when I was younger. Also, I love how the front cover shows the killer clown creepy face, and the original cover is right here, right where my thumb is at. The original cover is right here showing the clown popping Earth. This DVD is pretty old. It says 2001. I do have the other one, but it's completely different. All I know is this is one of my most favorite scary films of all time. And I'm so happy to talk about this one. If you like scary clowns that look realistically cartoon style, this one is for you, mites. So I'm glad to talk about this for like fully 23 minutes. Hopefully I won't get blocked by YouTube showing scenes from the movie. Not that most people know this movie existed from its timeline from 1988. Okay. They were going to do a sequel to this one, but they kind of canceled the project, and it was going to be called Return of Killer Klowns from Outer Space, but I guess they didn't have enough budget to do another one. I don't know, or do you know they guts for the Killer Klowns? All I can say is, if you love scary 1980s film, this one's for you. Alright, goodbye for now.